This is Barry Zalma speaking for Claims School Incorporated's blog, Zalma on Insurance. Today we're going to speak about excellence in claims handling and why and how insurers can succeed in their business as long as they have professional claims handlers. In search of profit, insurers have decimated their professional claims staff. They laid off experienced personnel and replaced them with young, untrained, unprepared people. A virtual clerk replaced the old professional claims handler. Process and computers replaced hands-on human skill, empathy, and judgment. Money was saved by paying lower salaries. Within 3 months of firing the experienced claims persons, gross profit increased. Insurance, however, is a business, and it's not a business that only runs for 3 months. Corporate insurers must show their shareholders a profit that pays dividends and increases the share price of the insurer. For centuries, insurers understood that catastrophes, firestorms, windstorms, hurricanes, and tornadoes could not be predicted. Some years later, the insurer will make profits, and some years it will incur a loss. The prudent insurer recognizes, because of the impossibility of predicting all possible losses, the measured profitability over a decade or several decades. No insurer can honestly measure its profitability for periods of a quarter of a year. Insurance is a service business. The insurance contract is a collection of promises made by the insurer to those persons or entities who face risks of loss. Pay for an insurance contract that promises to protect the insured against the risk of loss the insured faces. The person or entity insured relies on the professionalism of the employees of the insurer who are called upon to resolve the claims of the insured and provide the protection promised by the policy. Insurers have developed over the last few centuries professional claims personnel who they train to interpret the terms and conditions of the policy of insurance, investigate every claim thoroughly, and assist the insured in the presentation and resolution of claims made by or against the insured. The promises are kept by the professional claims person, the adjuster, or sometimes called claims representative. The prudent insurer understands that keeping a professional claims staff dedicated to excellence in claims handling is cost-effective over long periods of time. A professional and experienced adjuster will save the insurer millions over the term of his employment by resolving disputes, paying claims owed promptly and fairly, and by so doing avoiding litigation. The professional claims person exists to resolve claims to the satisfaction of the insured and the insurer. When the claims person does so, the person insured will be satisfied that the promises made by the insurance policy were kept. Both by the insured and insurer are satisfied with the interaction between the insured and the adjuster. Satisfying an insured that the promises made by the policy were fairly and completely kept is the key fulfillment of the insurer's desire to avoid the expense and bad publicity of litigation. There will never be a suit for breach of contract or the tort of bad faith if the insured is satisfied with the result. Only when claims professionals resolve more claims for no less than is necessary to satisfy the insured, neither party will need to involve counsel. A happy insured or claimant satisfied with the results of his or her claim will never find a need to sue the insurer. On the other hand, barely competent, incompetent, or inadequate claims personnel will seldom resolve claims fairly and to the satisfaction of the insured or the claimant. Inadequate claims personnel will often force insureds and claimants to public insurance adjusters and lawyers. It is axiomatic that every study performed on claims establishes that claims with an insured or claimant represented by counsel or a public insurance adjuster cost more to resolve than those where counsel or a public adjuster is not involved. Prompt, effective, professional claims handling is cost-effective for both the insured, the claimant, and the insurer, and saves money. For because there is no need to pay the fees of a lawyer or public adjuster, when the insurer fulfills the promises made by the policy to the satisfaction of the insured, and when the insured expected what promises were made when the insured acquired the policy, everyone is satisfied. Insurers who believe they can handle first or third-party claims with young, inexpensive, inexperienced, and untrained claims handlers should be accosted by angry shareholders whose dividends have plummeted or will plummet as a result. When an insurer compromises on staff, profits, thin as they may have been previously, will move rapidly into negative territory. Tort and punitive damages will deplete reserves. Insurers will quickly question why they are writing insurance. Those who stay in the business of insurance will either adopt a program requiring excellence in claims handling from every member of their claims staff, or they will fail. The insurance business must change, this time for the better. If it is to survive, insurers must rethink the firing of experienced claims staff and reductions in training to save expenses, recognizing that the expense to train, educate, and maintain a staff of professional claims handlers is a small part of the money that flows out of an insurer's coffers. The major expense is the cost to pay claims. When inadequate or inexperienced adjusters pay claims the insurer did not owe, or refuse to pay claims it did owe, or pays more than is needed or appropriate under the terms and conditions of the policy, the potential for an insurer to make a profit is reduced much more than is saved by reducing the expense incurred by paying a professional claims staff. It is understandable that most of the money paid is money paid to indemnify an insured against losses. Insurers should, if they wish to succeed, adopt a program to promote excellence in claims handling. Only with a staff of claims handlers dedicated to excellence in claims handling can insurers promptly, fairly, and in good faith keep the promises made by the insurance policy and avoid charges of breach of contract and the tort of bad faith in both first and third-party claims. Insurers must understand that they cannot adequately fulfill the promises they make to their insureds and their obligations under the Fair Claims Settlement Practices Act without a professional, well-trained, and experienced claims staff. An insurer must work vigorously and intelligently to create a professional claims department, or recognize it will lose its market and any hope of profit. Insurance claims professionals, those who can provide excellence in claims handling, are people who can read and understand the insurance policies issued by the insurer, people who understand the promises made by the policy and their obligation as an insurer's claim staff to fulfill the promises made, people who are competent investigators and have empathy and can recognize the difference between empathy and sympathy, people who understand medicine relating to traumatic injuries and are sufficiently versed in tort law to deal with lawyers as equals, and people who understand how to repair damage to real and personal property and the value of the repairs of or replacement of the property so that they can deal sufficiently with professional public insurance adjusters, as well as lawyers representing insureds. So I have created this proposal to create claims professionals, since very few of them exist today in modern insurance company claims departments. To avoid claims of breach of contract, bad faith, punitive damages, unresolved losses, and to make a profit, insurers must, in my opinion, maintain a claim staff dedicated to excellence in claims handling. They must recognize that they, as representatives of the insurer, are obligated to assist the policyholder and the insurer to fulfill all the promises made by the insurer in the wording of the policy. An insurer can create a claim staff dedicated to excellence in claims handling by at least hiring well-trained, educated, empathetic insurance claims professionals. If insurance claims professionals are not available, then the insurer must train all members of its existing claims staff to be insurance claims professionals. They must train each member of the claims staff annually on the local Fair Claims Settlement Practices regulations. They must supervise each claims handler closely to confirm that all claims are handled professionally and in good faith. They must explain to each member of the claims staff the meaning of the covenant of good faith and fair dealing from its inception in the 18th century to the present. The insurer must require that staff treat every insured and every claimant with good faith and fair dealing, and demand excellence in claims handling from the claims staff on every claim, whether small or major, whether an individual or a corporate insured. The insurer must explain to its claims staff regularly that the insurer is ready to immediately dismiss any claims handler who fails to treat every insured with whom he or she comes in contact with good faith and fair dealing. If any experienced claims professionals exist on the insurer's staff, the insurer must cherish and nurture them and use their experience and professionalism to train new claims people. And if no experienced and professional claims people are available, the insurer has no option but to train its people from scratch using available materials produced by the National Association of Insurance Commissioners, the state's Department of Insurance, insurance associations, and professionals who have, for a reasonable fee, the ability to properly and effectively train claims personnel. When the claims staff is made up of claims people who treat all insureds and claimants with good faith and fair dealing, and provide excellence in claims handling, litigation between the insurer and its insureds will be reduced exponentially. To keep the professional claims staff operating efficiently and in good faith, they must be honored with increases in earnings and perquisites. Conversely, those who do not treat all insureds and claimants with good faith and fair dealing should be counseled and given detailed training if they are willing to learn, and if they are not, they should be fired immediately. The insurer must make clear to all employees, all claims employees, that it is committed to immediately eliminating staff members who do not provide excellence in claims handling, and must be ready to fire publicly and quickly those who cannot or do not provide excellence in claims handling. Now, to develop an excellence in claims handling program, the insurer must begin with a statement in the insurer's claims manual or statement of professionalism that it is dedicated to provide excellence in claims handling to every insured who presents a claim. The excellence in claims handling program should include, as a minimum, a series of lectures supported by text materials explaining a definition of insurance, how to read and understand an insurance policy, how to interview an insured witness or claimant, how to assist an insured in the insured's obligation to prove a claim, how to repair or replace damaged real or personal property, how to repair or replace damaged vehicles, how to identify causes of loss, how to recognize the red flags of fraud, the duty of the claims person who suspects attempted fraud and what they must do to report it to the proper authorities, how to negotiate with an insured, a claimant, a public adjuster, or a lawyer to resolve the claim, how to recognize when retaining counsel to represent the insurer is necessary, how to retain counsel to represent the insured in a third-party claim, how to read and understand the contract that is the basis of every adjustment, including but not limited to the formation of the insurance policy and the rules of contract interpretation. A claims professional must understand tort law, including negligence, strict liability in tort, and intentional torts. The professional must understand contract law, including the insurance contract, the commercial or general residential lease agreement, the bill of lading, non-waiver agreements, proofs of loss, releases, and other claims-related contracts or documents. In addition, the claims professional needs to understand the duties and obligations of the insured in a personal injury claim, the duties and obligation of the insurer in a personal injury claim, the duties and obligations of the insured in a first-party property claim, the duties and obligations of the insurer in a first-party property claim, and the Fair Claims Practices Act and regulations that enforce it. The professional claims handler capable of excellence in claims handling must also be ready to complete a thorough investigation, including the basic investigation of an auto accident claim, the investigation of a construction defect claim, the investigation of a non-auto negligence claim, the investigation of a strict liability claim, the investigation of a first-party property claim, the recorded statement of the first-party property claimant, the recorded statement or interview of a third-party claimant, the recorded statement of the insured, all of the red flags of fraud, whether property fraud or third-party liability fraud, the reason for an SIU and the obligation of the claims representative when fraud is suspected, claims report writing, the evaluation and settlement of a bodily injury or personal injury claim, how to retain coverage counsel to aid with a coverage issue that is detected, how to control coverage counsel, how to instruct coverage counsel on the issue to be resolved. Instruction is available and needed by lecture, documents, webinars on the subjects of dealing with a plaintiff's lawyer, dealing with a personal injury defense lawyer, the evaluation and settlement of the property damage claim, the appraisal process, arbitration and mediation, and the claims representatives. Claims handling without excellence is both dangerous and expensive. Insurers should develop a professional claim staff and provide excellence in claims handling, because by doing so they will profit more than if they keep an inadequate and unprofessional claim staff. The training lectures must be supplemented by meetings between supervisors and claim staff on a regular basis to reinforce the information learned in the lectures as the supervisors review claims with the adjusting staff. To guarantee that the training and requirement for excellence in claims handling is effective, the insurer must also institute a regular program of auditing claims files to establish compliance with the requirement to deal fairly and in good faith to the insured. The insurer's management must support the training and repeat it regularly. The insurer's management must audit claims files on a regular basis to determine that the training has taken and is being applied to each claim. The insurer must understand that there is no quick and easy solution. Training takes time. Learning takes longer. If the insurer does not have personnel with the ability to train its staff, it should use outside vendors who can do so effectively. Many such sources are available from professional associations, independent claims adjusting firms, independent counsel, insurance-related publications, insurance-related podcasts, and continuing education providers. I have personally created, to assist those who wish to create a professional claims staff dedicated to provide excellence in claims handling, a series of publications at my locals community and at my Substack publications. In addition, at illumio.com I produced a short excellence in claims handling program and other lengthy insurance programs available from illumio.com. I have also published at rumble.com more than 660 videos dealing with insurance, insurance coverage, insurance claims handling, insurance law, and investigation of claims, with similar videos at youtube.com. I have also published more than 450 blog posts digesting appellate decisions, modified from the actual language of the court decisions, condensed for ease of reading, and convey the opinions of the author regarding each case on insurance, insurance coverage, insurance claims handling, insurance law, and investigation of claims, available for no cost to anyone who watches. In addition, I have made available at the Insurance Claims Library more than 30 books I have written on insurance law and insurance claims handling. This video was adapted from my blog, Zalma on Insurance, which is available free to anyone who clicks on the URL zalma.com/blog, which will, of course, then lead you to other pages on my website, zalma.com, including the Insurance Claims Library. You can subscribe to the blog, which is published at least 5 times a week, sometimes 6, and you will be advised of each blog posting, and you'll find that you now have available the more than 450 blog posts at no cost. If you found this video or the blog posting to be of use to you or your colleagues, please let them know so that they can view the blog posting and the videos, and so that they can also subscribe to either the blog, to rumble.com, or to youtube.com, so that they can see them as they're published. Thank you for your attention, and you might also want to consider subscribing to my locals community or my Substack publication.